vciso-au Cyberwatch, July 11, 2025. Strategic Cybersecurity Intelligence Brief, powered by vciso-au. Stay informed, stay prepared, stay secure. Ensure your cybersecurity program is both proactive and verifiable. By Anil Yelamati. Lamberts NZ, ransomware victim. Lamberts, an IT company based in New Zealand, has appeared on the list of ANZ ransomware victims. The details of the incident remain limited, but the company's inclusion indicates it may have experienced data encryption or exfiltration, likely resulting in operational disruption and potential data compromise. vciso-au. Recommendation: enforce endpoint protection with real-time threat monitoring, offline backups, and disaster recovery plans. Best practice: conduct frequent phishing simulations, patch third-party applications, and implement a ransomware incident response runbook. Nippon Steel Solutions. Zero-day data breach. Nippon Steel Solutions experienced a data breach following a zero-day attack targeting network infrastructure. The company detected unusual server activity and quickly isolated the affected systems. Investigation revealed attackers exploited an unpatched vulnerability, resulting in unauthorized access to internal networks and the potential leak of customer, partner, and employee personal data. Cloud services reportedly remained unaffected. The company issued an apology and began working with external experts to assess the scope and impact. Access from outside was restricted, and forensic analysis was initiated to identify the attack vector and prevent recurrence. The breach demonstrates the severe consequences of advanced persistent threats exploiting zero-day flaws. It also illustrates the risk posed by vulnerable internal environments, even for cybersecurity service providers. Early detection limited the spread, but data may have already been exfiltrated before response efforts began. Transparency in disclosure has been praised, but highlights significant reputational risk. vciso-au recommendation: apply network segmentation, threat hunting for zero-day indicators, and internal telemetry analysis. Best practice: adopt a zero-trust architecture, restrict lateral movement through microsegmentation, and simulate zero-day breach scenarios quarterly. Keelan Ransomware, new dominant threat actor. Keelan has emerged as the most dangerous ransomware group globally, overtaking prior leaders after the fall of Ransom Hub. The group has expanded its reach across industries and continents by leveraging sophisticated recruitment, aggressive targeting, and a ransomware-as-a-service (RaaS) model. Their attacks now show intent beyond financial gain, hinting at geopolitical motives. Keelan's rapid rise was facilitated by absorbing affiliates and infrastructure from defunct ransomware operations. This consolidation has enabled mass-scale, high-impact attacks, particularly against government entities and critical infrastructure in the US, Colombia, UAE, and France. The group employs targeted methods including social engineering and stealthy persistence techniques. Analysts warn Keelan is redefining modern ransomware by aligning financially and politically motivated tactics. Their campaign signals a shift in threat actor objectives that challenges traditional incident response frameworks. Their dominance has also pressured defenders to accelerate threat intelligence sharing and proactive defense. vciso-au recommendation: strengthen threat intelligence integration, prioritize geopolitical threat modeling, and enable AI-assisted anomaly detection. Best practice: map ransomware behaviors to the MITRE ATT&CK framework and conduct red team exercises mimicking RaaS affiliates. ServiceNow flaw: data exposure risk via misconfigured ACLs. A critical vulnerability has been found in ServiceNow's platform, specifically in Conditional Access Control List, ACL logic. The flaw, tracked as CVE 2025-3648, could allow both authenticated and unauthenticated users to infer sensitive instance data, such as personally identifiable information and credentials. The issue stems from improper handling of range queries, combined with weak ACL conditions, allowing unauthorized access to data counts. Researchers warn that the vulnerability is easy to exploit and could affect hundreds of ServiceNow instances. Exploits require minimal privileges, making even self-registered users potential threats. This highlights a severe data privacy risk and emphasizes the need for regular ACL audits. Organizations relying on ServiceNow for business operations must verify table-level access and secure ACL configurations immediately. Without remediation, attackers could map instance structures and uncover sensitive internal relationships. vciso-au. Recommendation: conduct full ACL audits and implement automated configuration drift detection. Best practice: apply least privilege, deny by default ACL principles, and test system access using simulated weak user profiles. Emerson Valve Link, critical OT vulnerabilities. CISA has issued an urgent advisory warning of multiple critical vulnerabilities in Emerson Valve Link industrial products. These include improper cleartext storage, memory exposure, and code execution weaknesses affecting versions prior to Valve Link 14.0. If exploited, attackers could execute unauthorized code, access unencrypted data, or alter device parameters, potentially compromising operational technology, OT environments. The flaws exist across multiple Valve Link variants including Snap-on, Solo, PRM, and DTM. Notably, the most severe issues allow exploitation without elevated privileges, heightening the risk for remote attackers. Systems managing critical infrastructure and manufacturing could be at immediate risk if not patched. The vulnerabilities could lead to safety system failures, control manipulation, and long-term compromise of industrial automation systems. Emerson has yet to confirm widespread patch adoption. Experts advise that these flaws threaten core integrity of OT deployments, where patching is often delayed. vciso-au recommendation: apply immediate patches and isolate Valve Link components within OT segmentation zones. Best practice: perform memory sanitation audits, enforce secure boot mechanisms, and monitor ICS traffic for anomaly detection. Perfect Blue, Bluetooth RCE threat in vehicles. Security researchers disclosed a Bluetooth vulnerability chain known as Perfect Blue, affecting OpenSynergy's Blue SDK. This framework is widely used in vehicles and portable devices, with confirmed exposure in cars by Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and Skoda. The flaw allows attackers to remotely execute code with minimal user interaction, typically just pairing. Exploits can result in GPS tracking, microphone access, and phone book data theft, and even lateral movement to other vehicle systems. The vulnerabilities combine memory corruption and logical flaws to bypass security protections in infotainment systems. Attackers can compromise head units and infotainment frameworks in popular electric and luxury models. The lack of source code access makes vulnerability discovery difficult, but PCA Security confirmed practical exploits on major systems. The flaws pose significant safety and privacy risks, especially given the low interaction threshold required for execution. vciso-au. Recommendation: disable insecure Bluetooth pairing in critical zones and push firmware updates immediately. Best practice: harden IV systems via Secure Development Lifecycle, SDL, and enforce signed OTA updates for all vehicle components. GitLab vulnerabilities, content injection and privilege bypass. GitLab issued patches for multiple vulnerabilities, the most serious being a cross-site scripting flaw, CVE 2025-6948, that allows attackers to inject malicious content and perform actions on behalf of users. Affected versions span across both community and enterprise editions. Additional flaws allowed API abuse to bypass group-level restrictions and fork-protected repositories. These flaws could allow privilege escalation and unauthorized project manipulation. The vulnerabilities reflect common gaps in web application defenses, especially around insufficient input sanitization and inconsistent authorization checks. GitLab recommends immediate upgrades to patched versions. The potential for complete user session compromise highlights the need for organizations to secure their CI/CD environments. Attackers targeting development infrastructure could alter code bases or inject backdoors if access is gained through such flaws. GitLab's bug bounty program played a role in detecting and disclosing these issues before widespread exploitation. vciso-au recommendation: apply patches immediately, enforce strict session handling, and validate content inputs. Best practice: Use security headers, enable content security policy, CSP, and integrate DevSecOps scanning tools into your CI pipeline. 8. Ransomware exposure list. Last 24 hours, United States, US. CIA Solutions, Technology. PPC Mechanical Seals, Manufacturing. Stratus Corp Technologies, Technology. AceWire Spring and Form, Manufacturing. Microf, Financial Services. Mac Energy Corp, Energy. UPG Enterprises, not categorized, Industrial. JAD, Unknown, Unspecified. Israel. Yinon Magal, Media, Personal Mobile Hack. Evidence of Cooperation. Intel-related, likely political espionage. Iran International WhatsApp, Internal Access, Media Communications, United Kingdom, GB. Leaked docs, Iran International Staff, Media, Journalism, Germany, DE. Nactarome, Food and Beverage Manufacturing, Italy, IT. Confartigianato Imprese, Business Artisan Services, Canada, CA. Doak Shiref Lawyers, Legal Business Services, New Zealand, NZ. Lambert's Business Systems, IT Hardware and Office Services, Philippines, PH. Majestic, Unspecified, Indonesia, ID. Wispone, Telecommunication, Unknown, Not Found. Medusa, Ransomware Gang blog post. mfail.com, domain only. Multiple individuals orgs compromised by Handler Group with political media context. Final note from vciso-au. Australia and New Zealand remain relatively untouched this week, but the global threat landscape continues to shift. Critical infrastructure, software supply chains, and endpoint security are under siege. Ensure your cybersecurity program is both proactive and verifiable. By Anil Yelamati.